You've heard the phrase, you are what you eat. Well, how about you are what you wear? My next guest says if you want to feel the full energy of summer, you will dress in summer's power color. Stylist Reachel Bagley is here to share. Always great to see you.
Always good to be here.
Now, I'm supposed to ask, what is this season's power color? But you're a clue. This is a clue.
Yes.
And I have to say, I am so lucky to have Rachel help me get dressed every day. I'm so grateful for that.
I love doing it.
And she likes to humor me now and then and involve my opinion, but I have come to just default to the expert and say, dress me. And I started to notice this power color cropping up a lot. I've got orange shoes.
Yes.
I think you put me in some pants and an orange dress. You are feeling this bold orange color.
Right. It's like it's somewhere between a tomato red and like a persimmon kind of color. So there's a little bit of a range you can play with it, but it is so fun for summer. It just feels so playful and powerful, and it makes everybody look tan, right?
I was gonna say there's a flattery to it. Like if you're light, if you're dark, everyone can play.
Right, yeah, exactly. It brings out that natural rose in your cheeks and like in your lips and all that kind of stuff, and it even looks good with a little bit of a sunburn, right?
Okay, yeah, it just all kind of starts to blend at that
Right.
point. It's honestly one of my favorite colors.
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
a really, really
energetic.
fun one.
You're gonna teach us how to play with it in a couple of different combinations. So if you're afraid of the color, we can even soften it a little bit for you.
absolutely.
But if you know how to pair it, it'll help you wear it.
Give you more options on how to get it out there.
Yes, so what's our first color combination?
So your first color combination is pairing it with a neutral, right? And rather than going with something like a heavier black or even a navy, I really recommend trying out a white. And you want to go with optic white over a cream because it's really going to pop. It's going to feel so playful and, you know, kind of beachy. You've got that like really strong tomato red corally version, and then it's just popping against that optic white.
This screams summer. And when you say optic white, you mean true white.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It almost has like a blue undertone. You don't want any yellowiness to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll still work. It just won't have the same effect.
We often talk on this show with a busy woman in mind about being effortlessly polished, and I feel like that combination of that red coral and the white has a crispness to it that is effortlessly polished.
Right, yeah, and you want it, like, what I love about this is you can run around in this. It's meant to look a little disheveled, meant to look a little wrinkled, but it still feels really intentional, right?
We're having a fit over these earrings, which you say are Target.
Yeah, those are Target. They're like $14.
Super cute, a fun statement piece for the summer season. All right, flame orange with white. You also like the orange with like a tangerine color.
Yeah, so this, everybody always thinks like monochromatic, your mind automatically goes to black, right? Because black is very slimming, but monochromatic can work in any color, and it actually doesn't have to be all the same version of it. Because we've all seen our kids walk out where my kids are like wearing all purple or all orange, and you're like,
color of the day, Mom.
Not quite perfect. Like, I know where you're going with this, but it's not quite perfect. So the trick to wearing this kind of monochromatic effect is finding something where you're about 2 shades different, right?
Oh.
So maybe 2 shades lighter or just a little bit of difference. You want that degree of separation, otherwise it feels like a clash and not as intentional.
Aha, I don't know if I've ever heard you say it quite like that. So if I think of like the paint deck, for example, I'm going 2 squares down.
Yeah, exactly. So you can go like 2 shades lighter, or you can go 2 shades bolder, any of that sort of thing, but you want it to make it feel like a little deliberate rather than like, I was trying to match and I kind of missed, right? That kind of like toddler effect where they come out and you're just like, oh, how fun for you.
Gold star, so close.
Yeah, so close.
So close. I think these are my pants. Are these my pants?
Yes, those are your pants.
I love
those
them.
Are great.
They move, they breathe, and the fact that we can put a dressier pant with a t-shirt, I think lends itself to that polish we talked about, but also it's kind of sweat-free. Let's be honest. We need the tea.
Yeah.
We need the tea.
Yeah, it's that time of year for sure.
All right, what's our third color combination using this summer power color?
So your most powerful color combination is typically a complementary color combination where they're opposite each other on this color wheel, right? So you've got red and green, and you've got this one, we have blue and orange, right?
Yeah.
So it could feel really, really strong and really, really powerful. And the trick to doing this one is finding a softer version of the color. Now, if we went like a cobalt blue with an orange, heck, I would do it. You know I would do it, Brooke. Like, I would show up any day of the week.
And if Rachel jumps off a cliff, I do too.
Yeah, so you know, I'm not saying you can't, but let's say you want to tiptoe into a complementary color combination. By doing like a tinted version with a stronger version, it's gonna feel a lot more effortless and easy. And this can be as easy, like I'm wearing it here too. You wear a lighter color jean and you wear a brighter top. You know, the purse, you can do it in all kinds of versions, but it feels like they go together because they're opposite each other on the color wheel, but because you've kind of played with the tints and the saturations, it doesn't feel quite as strong.
There's a softness to it.
Yeah.
That opposite color wheel trick, does that work with any color?
Oh, absolutely. You can do that with any color. So like, let's say, you know that like bright yellow that you get out for like tennis and things like that?
Yeah.
You pair that with like a softer purple, like that kind of little pastel color.
Yes.
Very fun.
Which actually were my high school colors, which actually is what a lot of high schools do, right? Is pick those
Oh
complementary
yeah, they pick
colors.
those complementary color, but sometimes you're like, I don't really want to feel like I'm going to a football game right now.
Yeah.
Right? So if you soften one version of it, then it still feels like really powerful and strong without feeling like, you know, rah-rah cheerleader.
Overbearing. Okay, finally you like, and this is probably my most favorite yet surprising combination, is the orange with the fuchsia.
Right, yeah, and this one is actually what we would call an analogous color combination. So they're next to each other on the reel, right? So we have like kind of this purpley pink, reddish color, and then we have this orangey red kind of color. So they'd be right next to each other. They're equally saturated. Because they're next to each other, we can play with that equal saturation, and it just feels so bold and so fun. And you can do that with other color combinations too, like a limey green and a blue or something like that. There's all kinds of ways you can play with that.
So does the previous trick apply though with a, what did you call it, analogous?
Oh, analogous. Yeah, you could go analogous on this one too.
But could you go softer?
So you could do like this bright pink with like kind of that softer tangerine color.
Okay.
Or you could do the really strong bright orange, like that flamey red with, you know, like a little bit softer. So yeah, you can absolutely play with those.
We were talking a couple weeks back with our Summer Take Me Away live audience show about how summer brings a mood. Like summer brings an energy. And so I almost feel like even if you aren't the type to wear the flaming orange, you know, 9 times out of 10, summer might be a time to try it and to have some fun.
Well, summer is a time to celebrate, right? And I feel like you get to show up for the life you want to live. So if you're dressed like that, you're going to bring that energy, you're going to bring those memories, and it's okay to just go a little over the top. It's summertime, right? Get the ice cream cone, have some fun.
Permission granted. Rachel, thank you so much. Where can we get more style advice from you?
Well, you can find me at cardiganempire.com online and find me on Instagram, Cardigan Empire as well.
We will meet you there. Happy summer. Sister,
Thank you
so much.